everyone. Welcome to Flash Fiction Live, our monthly attack at editing and drafting, doing everything that you are not supposed to do, which is publicly bring out your story and tear it apart right after you've written it. Isn't it great? Don't worry, we're here to let you know that you're not the only one making the same mistakes. And I am getting sucked into another flash that I wrote that that's due for a contest tonight. So I'm gonna put that away for now. The eagerness is noted, but I need it on pause.
I'm awake. My my sleep voice is wanting to come out.
It's like Alex said something, and now it's crossed through the computer to me. Alex said something this morning, and I went, yeah, like that. I'm awake. I'm fine. I've been playing on my phone for like 30 minutes, but that was the first time I talked. I was like Ariel trying to like figure out how to speak.
That's funny.
All right. So the story that we've drafted previously that we're going to edit today is from episode 50. It's the bonus from episode 50, and it's the original was an intern meets someone for lunch, which we've already edited. The bonus story was glimpse into the unknown, but I'm thinking, did I do it wrong? Because I'm not seeing a glimpse into something unknown. What I'm seeing right now is something that says, yesterday I had 5 strangers in my house. And I'm wondering if I titled it that.
A glimpse into
a decision not made. That's what a glimpse into a decision not made, but
I have that. We already edited.
We did?
Uh-huh. I've got it with notes from both you, me, and Mama Maggie.
Why do I have a story? Do you have a story that says, yesterday I have 5 strangers at my house? Because we'll just edit that one.
Let me see.
I got that in quotes.
I have or I had?
I have. Or you could just type 5 strangers at my house.
Dobby.
Stop. Dobby, not today. It's not the time. Oh my God, my computer's already getting whirly and hello.
Sir.
Just everything.
Let me see.
There we go.
Yesterday I invited 5 strangers to my house. I've got that.
Perfect. We'll do that one. I don't know why.
You're in here. It should be draft 15.
Yeah. Wait. Are you saying you copied mine already in yours, or?
Yeah, it's already in mine and it's already shared with you.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then let me jump over to Google Drive. Anything. It's the one that starts out as, I don't need Captain Hindsight.
Let me see. Yep.
All right, perfect. All right.
And it's shared to you by me as draft 15.
I'm jumping over to Google Drive.
I don't want anyone to be alarmed. This is canned air. And the reason that I have that here is one, to like keep my electronics clean, but two, because I'm at my desk, which is where Dobby likes to terrorize me, uh, I can't use a spray bottle
Mm,
because of
yeah,
all the electronics once again. And
smart thinking type stuff.
so of course that's where he's like, "Mwah, ha, 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 ha." So he figured out that I was never actually going to spray him, but the canned air has the same sound.
And I mean, it's kind of unpleasant.
Yeah, and he doesn't like it, but I'm not spraying it directly at him, but if I like aim it and then he hears the sound, he will make a run for it, and he's like, absolutely not. So, all missions are accomplished. The electronics are safe. Dobby understands that he's doing something he's not supposed to be doing, and it also keeps him from eating the electronics, because he has a fixation where when he like wants to get into something or wants to get attention, he'll rub his canines on whatever it is, which can also be like
Yeah,
cables and I'm just like, sir,
we
please
don't
don't.
do that here. So I cannot find this, by the way. I'm looking in the drive.
Go to your drive, click shared
I did. I'm in there.
with me,
Yep.
and then search for draft 15. It's from August 2023.
Okay. We'll do a search. Draft. No, no, no. Come on, honey. Listen here. 15?
Yep.
1-5? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you're right. It's here.
I mean,
because I was like checking email, but I guess it's based off like I had it organized because I'm so used to seeing it pop up first. I had it organized based off of words, things, places.
it
I'm about
searches
to like,
separately, like if something is shared with you, it doesn't show up under your documents in your drive.
well, no,
You
no,
have
I
to.
had shared drive, but I'm so used to when you share something with me, it's like the first option in the shared drive,
Oh,
not
yeah.
further down where I actually have to search for it. Either way. All right, so now
I
I'm gonna
sent you a
set
lot
up.
of stuff.
Yeah. I am gonna jump over to things. Oh god. No, that's not what I mean. Why did I click on that? I clicked on settings when I mean to open up the like timer clock thing.
Oh, yeah, the stopwatch.
Yeah, I'm like, why did I what are we doing? Oh, and I was a real smart cookie last night. So my laptop lately has been hanging out with me in the living room, which is fine. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like go plug it in the bedroom, which is where I'm at, where I got my little corner here of work and writing fun stuff. So I plug my laptop in, go to bed, wake up this morning, turn it on, and it's like, we need to be plugged in. I'm like, yeah, what are you talking about? And I look and I'm like, oh, that's right. My power cord is in the living room because that's where I've been with my computer lately. Like,
Oh, no.
so it's trying to be forward thinking. Did not happen. All right.
I mean, I start. Hi, Regina. How are you?
Hello, dear.
Sorry for the delay this morning. It was me and my old computer. I need to bite the bullet and just get a new one. It's time.
It's time making Christmas. Making. That's what I think of every single time. All right. So we take, if I remember correctly, 10 minutes.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
correct.
All right. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to, you know what? I like Regina's thought. She says, Chandra, you need a new computer. You are worth it. Like that is what whenever I'm like, I would like to get this, I'm gonna throw you are worth it at the end, and just that's the mindset you gotta have. Hi, Regina dear.
Also, that would be a business expense.
Ooh, right off.
Hmm. I am worth it.
Darn tootin'. I don't know. That was the first thing that came to mind that was not a curse. Like
I like
curse
it.
words pop in my head first, but I was like, let's bring it down, Natalie. Come on, it's okay. Sorry, before we jump. On TikTok, I have my whole book versus picture thing, and I'm slowly like putting some videos after they've like died off on TikTok. I'm putting it on Instagram. I do much better on TikTok. Either way, but the whole premise for book versus picture is pretty much like if you're in the situation where you were lucky enough to decide to whether to watch the show or movie or read the book, like you haven't consumed either, they're both out, and you're like, which one do I do first? So I get that recommendation. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just giving recommendations for which one to go first because I think everything has merit in its medium. Back to the point. I had a point. Hold on. It's there. It's going through. We're talking about worth it. Oh God, I lost it. Are you kidding
It'll
me?
it'll come back to you.
I was just
Um,
talking with someone yesterday about how I could be mid-sentence, and I was like, it's not that often, Natalie. Why are you even saying this as I'm saying? And I was like, I could be mid-sentence and forget what I'm planning to say. And then I forgot. It happened. Okay.
Shoot. Stop it. You you're
Okay,
also
first you gave
contagious.
me so is this payback because you gave me the sleepy voice and now I gave you the let's just like start something and then go, wait, nope, it went away.
I was
I
gonna
swear. I'm gonna have to, if I'm done editing your story or commenting on it,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back on YouTube in the last few minutes and play back whatever I was like the lead up to what I was saying, and maybe it'll click. Thank God for recordings.
I'm gonna have to restart my desk. This computer is fine, but I'm gonna have to restart my desktop because it is
Okay, so you're at least while it's restarting going to be able to be writing the whole time.
no. But don't
No,
worry about it. You just go. I will.
pull out your phone and at least read while it's restarting. Go on.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a hard reboot on it because it is not happy.
Okay. But like I said, go onto Google Drive on your phone so you can read. Come on, honey, work with me. All right. Okay.
We got oh, and it brought it right up to the top, so I'm good.
Oh, lucky you. Didn't do it for me. Okay, either way. All right, we're going to get started. Chandra's doing a hard reboot and going to try to remember all her comments while she reads. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Timer's done, and I'm finishing the last paragraph, and I never got to jump over to find out what my thought train was before we went on spread. So, but Regina was enjoying to read the story, and she was trying to scroll my screen when I didn't move fast enough.
That's funny.
Hmm.
Ooh, I took a poll, 3 people, and the dystopian is in revision, 66K already. Yay! That's so exciting.
Oh, God, I'm so
I
excited for y'all.
I officially am booked up for the year now because I'm still holding that spot for you, Regina. So don't you even worry about it. But that's all
There's a placeholder.
yeah, yeah, that's all the reading I can take on as far as longer projects. Natalie, you're always on my
Oh, don't worry. At least
always
I'm
on my
not. I'm
calendar.
not Brandon Sanderson shelling out like
Listen,
300,000 novels, 3 of them in 1 year. Going, well, I did a thing.
I saw something. It was like an Instagram reel of people who are like just getting to know Brandon Sanderson, and they're like, "Oh, I'm caught up on all of his reading," and they're like, "Are you? Are you?" And then yeah, start throwing more books
Yeah.
at them, and it's like, yeah, that checks out. I just read his stuff when I can because he writes great stuff, but there's no way with everything else that I have on my TBR, no way I could read all of his.
Yeah.
No way.
It's, yeah, it's a little difficult for, especially with writers. I was watching a video the other day, or actually just last night, about all the songs Taylor Swift has written that weren't even hers. And some of them she sang on them, some of them she didn't. And I was just like, my God, if you were to have the entire discography of Taylor Swift, it's not just her songs, but then all those songs that she touched in some way or whatever. And I'm like, how could that happen? Like you gotta bring it up and then correlate that. We're talking 3-minute songs, so it's
I've
actually
got to step
kind of
away for
easy.
just a second.
Okay.
For some reason, I cannot turn my camera off. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure. I'll kick you out.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
Ah, where's the where's the camera? Oh, there's. Ha! Now we're on me. Okay. There we got. Is that what I? No, switch. There we go. Sorry, had to click wrong. All right. Either way, if someone is like so engrossed in a writer that they are trying to get any story that writer touched, that's a lot of money, a lot more money than music, and a lot more time than how long a song would be spent on. Just saying. All right, back to this. I was writing this last comment to Chandra. Yeah, no, insert is what I was already writing. I thought that was the grayed out text of like, I didn't delete the entire prompt of like, hey, put your comment here. Okay, insert. Etc. Insert some type of movement, hand wave, shaking head, etc. to break up the dialogue. There we go. Alrighty then. Unfortunately, I can't really fully go into explanation mode, so I will at least explain Chandra's story before I'm about to go over it. So, Chandra's story, the setting is this woman sat down with her lawyer and is like, I, I, I can't even think of where to begin. And the lawyer's like, dude, but just explain the situation to me. I got to build a defense so I can protect you, yada, yada, yada. It's like, all right, cool, no problem. And so she's going and explaining to the lawyer exactly what happened to the point that caused her to have 5 strangers in her house at once. And it's almost a comedy of errors situation, and pretty relatable for someone who's having a bad day, and it just unfolds from there. Oh, Shiza, I just realized I need to open up. There we go. Now we got the big screen. I don't need the timer anymore. Now, my story had the same prompt of 5 strangers in the house. Oh, you're back. Sweet. Now I can stop killing time.
Sorry about that. For some reason, my computer will not close. You know how Mac is with the bar across the bottom? It's got 2 different programs that are trying to open, and they won't open, but they also won't close. So I can't see the bottom command row in StreamYard.
Which is why you need me to remove you. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yay. My bar pops up and down, which of course goes over because I got the laptop here, but then I got it connected to a TV churned monitor over here.
Yeah.
And, yeah, fun times. Okay, so with your story, just a summary for anybody in the chat that was watching. Wow, I just realized a typo there. Whoops. I think that was me, not you. Your story, you have these big blocks of text here of dialogue, and I'm like, break it up, have them like have the woman fanning herself like, oh my god, or like something, like we need something more. And also I realized that you don't have a setting, but I have a suggestion of where to put the setting. So either way, but you got an echo of the truth is yesterday, and then the truth is people aren't. So back to back there. Then for look, the attorney said, you don't have to justify yourself to me. I just need to know what happened so I can formulate a defense. And that's when I was like, hey, it's a good time to insert a setting here. Are they at a conference room table in the lawyer's office, or are they at her kitchen table or something? And then you can also introduce the pronouns of the attorney, because it took me a second when in 2 paragraphs down where it says she asked, and I'm like, she who? Oh, lawyer, got it. Back to like, it was just a tiny little like pause on my part. So oh, and then do you have the money? Later you continue this mindset with the lawyer where she's almost abrasive and not coddly whatsoever. So you kind of continue that. But when I initially read this, I was like, wow, this line is like really forward to just go ahead and knock it out. But so I suggest like, hey, maybe the MC offers the money, and the lawyer's like, yeah, just pay the receptionist at the end, or if they're at the office, or be like, yeah, I'll give that to my receptionist, and she just like takes the money and goes, give me the information. Like she's wanting the information so she can do her job, which still keeps with that cold, like, move on attitude.
Yeah.
I laughed at the this line just because it was a good callback of like the MC going, you're gonna think I'm a nutcase, and then later it's you could be a whole walnut tree for all I care. I was like, solid. All right. So this another block of dialogue where I want the character to be freaking out or something, or grabbing her shirt like miming throw up or something, like, or whatever. And even, I mean, she's got 3 kids. Probably talking about throw up doesn't make her shiver. She's just like miming throwing up, and maybe even the lawyer who might not have kids is going, oh, like, or something. Like, give me something here than just block of dialogue. But the so the logistics, you name 3 kids, 5, 3, and 6, but you only named 2 diagnoses, flu, and then saying the other was throwing up all night. I don't know. And then I was like, all right, so which ones. And so I suggest, I was like, okay, is it like the two oldest are sick, and then let's face it, the 6-month-year-old or year-old woo, the 6-month-old isn't like self-sufficient yet, so obviously that's in the mix. But then later, you in the last line, you're like, there's a big difference between 5-year-old throw up and 6-month throw up. Didn't realize I was gonna say this so much, and I'm one of those sensitive throw up people. So. Yes, there is a strong difference, but by bringing in this comparison, I'm like, is this just a comparison, or are you also saying the 6-month-year-old is also throwing up, thus changing the previous comment of one has the flu and the other two have been throwing up, and then this line at the bottom would make sense. All right. Again, you got consistency with the attorney being a little like info hungry, going, Shelly, get to the point. Like, I could feel that. I've train of thought police all the time. I don't know why I felt the need to change was not to didn't shout at the kids, but I think maybe because I was a mess. I wasn't myself. I kind of wanted to break it up, because the next, after saying I was not shouting at my kids, it was, I was just really frustrated. Like, you gotta was verb a lot. So I don't know. I felt the need to change it. All right. I deleted the IG. Okay. Yep. Already explained the throw up thing. Add an S. Handed some tissues, unless it was just one. Then it would be 8 tissue. Get to the point. This is like the second time she said get to the point. Maybe you can word it. Actually, it's far enough that I don't think I noticed until this point that she said get to the point twice. So I think we're good. But because my first thought was, man, she's sassy. All right. Then here at the end, another dialogue block where I was like, insert something, shaking head, clenched fist. Like, is she mad? Is she? We just got the words. So I want some body language behind it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. The main response is give me body language.
Okay. I can do that.
Either listening or of the talker.
It's also funny because going through this, I have vague recollections of it, but I do not remember the story.
I actually love when that happens. It's kind of it's the whole thing of like truly letting a story rest.
Yeah.
And I will say, so we talk about how flash fiction has benefited us because it's kind of easy to start on a page. Like, yes, I push opening my computer up when I know, hey, I got 4 more chapters that I need to write to finish this book, and it's getting harder the closer I get to the finish line. But once I open the laptop and I sit down and I'm like, what's happening here? What does that look like? And I'll take a scene, and sometimes it's like the middle of the chapter that I start writing, and then I'm like, all right, well then how do we lead to that and stuff, and how does it finish? And but like once I sit my butt down, it's actually blank page syndrome is like non-existent. And I will say on the other side of that, because we've written so many flash fiction, we've gotten that benefit, but we've also gotten the benefit of it's like the iPhone storage. As you delete pictures or whatever and new pictures come in, the other ones got deleted because we needed to make space, and this just happens to be one of those stories that was deleted.
Yeah, like I don't remember anything. I remember that I like enjoyed the story. I remember I was happy with how it came out, but I don't remember the story. So on yours, I didn't change a lot or actually have very many notes.
Yeah, you mostly do editing for me instead of comments. Mine's mostly comments and not editing, so us combined are the perfect author.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Regina recommended, she likes the word throw up instead of using the V word for it, because that it can be triggering. So that's something to consider. Back to us.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I was like, what's the other word? And then I went,
Yeah.
and so I try not to say it. Sorry to make you think about it, Regina, but you brought it up first. I just had to convey the information.
No, that was good because I wouldn't have thought of that. Um, for yours, there was a couple places where I don't know, the tense or maybe the word order was a little jarring, so I removed or switched some
Yeah,
of those around.
to me,
And
it's like
then
one of those cliches, and so I think I was trying to change it up. But when you change up cliches, sometimes it doesn't come across strongly. Like for example, what in circumstance and pumps instead of pumps and circumstance. Like you're like,
there
ugh.
wasn't there a guy who did
Yes.
a series of that,
Which
and it was just like the whole time you were just like, please
yeah,
stop, don't do
it's
that.
cringy when it's not in the order. Like when some people change it up, and I'm like, leave it alone, Natalie. Leave it alone. So
Well,
either way,
there's also some that you can't put your finger on and you're like, I don't know why this is wrong, but it is wrong. And I think I don't remember exactly what it is, but it goes over the order in which the verbs and
yeah,
adverbs need to be in.
hmm yeah.
And the
The
one
the
thing I
order of
noticed,
the adjectives
that one,
and
thank you.
everything is it's talked about size, color. You would say the big red ball, not the red big ball. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
it just feels a little weird. It still makes sense, but yeah. I will
So
say
that
I actually grew up saying woulda, coulda, shoulda. So
really,
maybe it's a regional thing.
it could be. Because
So
I
either
always
way,
say
all right.
the coulda, shoulda, woulda, but what I did notice when I was editing that is that I put it in alphabetical order.
Oh,
So that might be, I don't know if that's a thing
coulda,
or not,
shoulda,
but
woulda.
yeah, but
So it
that's
seems
how I
weird to me,
changed
but
it.
I still love it. Either way, all right. I'm gonna keep it just to grind my nerves. All right.
So the other thing that I did is here, second paragraph, a party 6 shouldn't have gotten out of hand, but I didn't account for my roommate to leave her room. And I know it's different words, but roommate and room were pretty
Yeah.
close, so I changed it
I
to
like the join the party because we don't have to explain she was in her room the whole time or he, and we don't have to, and it could be like carrying the thought that maybe this person was out of the house entirely and came in to
mhm.
it because they thought they would never come over. But so either way, next. All right, I
the
like it.
the only other thing that I just noticed as well is with that change, now there's the wow, the stuttering is strong with this one today. A party of 6 is the start of the sentence and it ends with party. So it may want to be one of those may need to be changed, but it's a thought.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I that's it, especially the way it's lined up where party is like in line with each
mhm.
other or whatever. Like,
I think once the changes are accepted, well, no, it'll probably
nope.
still sit that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
So,
then
but I'll think about like what other things I can use besides party.
yeah. Paragraph 4. I
Mhm.
made a few changes just as far as word order, but uh, the one thing I wasn't sure about this change that I made at the end of the paragraph, that was a specific cleaner that I didn't need or know existed before. I put need or know, but I wasn't sure what cleaner because it's
No, no. So she needed it. She just didn't know it existed. That specific cleaner that I didn't know existed before today.
so well, the reason I added the need or know existed before today was
Oh,
because
because if you didn't need it before, of course you wouldn't know it. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. No, we're on the same page. Sorry. Slow in the uptake.
all good. But what I'm confused about is what is the cleaner because it's definitely not the mud stains on the couch.
No, it
So
was.
the mud stains on the couch are the cleaner?
No, no, no. They are not the cleaner. You need the cleaner to get the mud stains off the couch.
That's what I'm getting at. That part was a little confusing
Oh,
because I was like, do you need the cleaner for the mud stains on the couch, or are we joking that the mud stains on the couch are the cleaner that we didn't know
yeah.
we needed? So I
Okay.
was a
I got a
little
plan to fix that.
okay. And that's
Hopefully, I remember it.
probably
So far, my memory today sucks. So,
it do be like that. But that's just my like, how I always say I can't stand when I read someone my eyes rested on and I just picture someone setting a pair of eyeballs on something. My brain is weird, so you don't always have to go with how I see things. Um, then I really didn't have anything for the next four paragraphs, but what I did come to was the second to last
hmm,
paragraph after cleaning my couch, blah, 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 the next thing. And it's like, well, we kind of assumed it was the next thing because you already said after cleaning my couch.
yeah.
So
Okay.
which one? Um, and I think, that could be just smoothed over a little bit. And then the ending, the final paragraph, I think we could go a little bit more because um, it's not explicitly stated that the cat is the roommate.
Yeah.
So I think it would be kind of fun to
Drag
give us a
out.
little, yeah, give us a little bit more about the roommate. Give us a name. Um, give us how the roommate felt about the whole situation. Was she? I'm assuming was she unbothered? Um, was she frazzled? Uh,
Yeah.
maybe at the end she's like sitting on top of the fridge, like washing her paws, like, oh, that was bad for you, wasn't it? Like a very,
Yeah.
and then
You can either have the unfazed or the like hyperventilating mistrust of everything.
yeah, like some kind of response there, because we know that the dog sitter is absolutely stressed and frazzled, but we don't get any of that. And I feel like there would be some, some clawing, some wall climbing, some yodeling, like some kind of something happening there.
I
So
just got an idea. Okay.
yeah, I want more of that, and I feel like you've got room to add that
Oh, absolutely.
on. Yeah, so let's hear from whatever the cat's name is, and uh yeah, get a little bit of perspective. And maybe a sentence along the lines of, you know cats can be the best or the worst roommates, something along those lines, so we get a clear line from um roommate at the beginning to cat at the end.
Yeah. I'm I still like this story.
Oh, it's a great story. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
But I always have fun. I always like the switcheroo of like, oh,
Yeah, Regina, that's hilarious. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, or as my friend says, don't should on yourself.
I actually had a when I was teaching for a little bit, I had a fellow co-teacher or whatever that I would meet up sometimes for different classes as we traveled. And he was great. He had a very dry sense of humor and he goes, "Listen, you don't should on me, I'm not going to should on you, all right?" I was like,
I like that.
solid. Like never mind the humor, but that's just solid advice to not
It
play Monday quarterback.
it really, I think too, most of the time if someone's bringing up something like that, yes, I'm aware that I made a mistake. Like, I don't need that to be
We
reinforced
don't
to
need
me.
I told you so. We don't need a oh, maybe you should have picked up the Legos before vacuuming. Like just don't.
Like, thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
Uh, but to be like, we've all been there in one way or another, and just having some empathy for a person, I think is great. But I do think that's so true of like hindsight. You've figured it out at this point. Let's just can we fix it? How can we make it better? Let's go from there. So I think that's great.
Yeah. Okay, I am feeling quite inspired.
So we're ready to jump into it.
Yeah, like I'm ready.
You're like, shush, I need to write. That's the
I
best
I
feeling,
can't
though.
lose it again. Okay, how long do we normally do it? 20 minutes?
Yes.
All right.
Although, if you want to, we could go 30 minutes
Mm,
and just have it be a shorter overall and just spend more time on this.
we could. That could work. Especially
Okay.
because I really want to get back to my flash that's got to be submitted by midnight tonight. And
Yeah.
I still need you to read. So, which means I got to get done with it. Give you plenty of time to read it. Not like 11:38. Hey, Chandra, you got time to read?
Yeah. We'll do it that way.
All right, cool. All right, so we will do 30. I'm going to expand the screen. Listen here, honey. This thing. It's got jokes.
Oh, I do.
There you go. That wasn't so hard. Okay. Let's go. 3. Oh, nope, nope. It.
We would have been
This
like,
one.
that was the fastest 30 minutes ever.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. It's time. Dude, I'm proud of a few lines that I have. Like, and if anybody was watching, they saw me look up girl cat names, and finally I picked one. It was great.
That's funny. I got a lot done. I just realized what time it is, and I do have something to do at noon.
Oh, yeah, no, we'll be done.
Okay.
Yeah,
I completely blipped and was like, we've got plenty of time. Sure don't. But I'm really pleased with the edits, and I took your notes into account, and I think I made a bit more movement. I left the attorney really brusque. That has been a lot of my experience with attorneys, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a matter of focus and knowing what's important, and I think it kind of works with the frazzled lady who's got a lot on her plate very
yeah, and so
clearly.
having someone kind of be a little harsh, going focus.
Yeah, it's not mean spirited, but just like, I am trying to help you, and this is what I need.
Help me help you.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe. So I think it comes across, but I did add one note at the end to make it a bit more clear that they're like getting along with each other, and this is intentional.
Yeah. Okay. So then, because I like to do voices and I practice when we do this, so I got frazzled mom down.
Hmm.
It's not far off from me. So, attorney, are we talking like, I'm not doing British because uh, it's not happening, but like proper, or is she like proper but straightforward? Like, I'm trying to think of
Think EDB.
huh?
Think Emily D. Baker.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
I feel like she would be very direct and to the point, but also still, she's like a great person and very.
Yes. Okay. So we'll go through it. All right. Okay. I'm not going to make any excuses for what happened. I know how everyone is going to view this. They're going to focus on the most shocking aspect of what I did instead of looking at the echo big picture. Did I write echo? That was me. Whoops. Sorry. Instead of the big picture. The truth is, yesterday I invited 5 strangers to my house. It wasn't anything scandalous, but that isn't what people want to hear. I know people aren't always who they say they are. I just happen to be the person who believed them. Look, the attorney said, you don't have to justify yourself to me. I just need to know what happened so I can formulate a defense. She leaned on the conference table, pen poised above the yellow legal pad. I know, right? I don't want you to get the. I just don't want you to think that I'm some kind of nutcase. Shush. Alex went too late. Okay. All right. Do you have the money to pay at reception? She asked. Yes, I said, pulling the bank bag out of my purse and handing it to her. Then you could be a walnut tree for all I care. She pushed the bag toward me, leaning back in her chair. Now tell me what happened. So I started the morning with my errands, only Sophie, my sitter, was out sick. So I had the kids with me. They were all screaming and having a fit, and I swear I'm a good mother, but it's really hard wrangling a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-month-year-old when one has the flu and the other has been throwing up all night. Then there's the baby. So I was a mess, and I wasn't myself. And I didn't shout at the kids. I was just really frustrated. And Grayson, he's 5. He had just thrown up on me. There's a big difference between a 5-year-old throw up and 6-month-old throw up. I mean, the baby spits up on me all the time. See this? I pointed at my yellowish stain on my black sweater. That's spit up. I've never related to a character so much. You got me crying, laughing. Okay. Woo. Back to serious attorney. Shelley, she said, swallowing hard, get to the point. Yes, sorry, I said. Look, when the young lady came up to me, I was just ready to cry. She was so sweet. She handed me some tissues and started comforting Grayson, and she was just so good with him. I could feel myself starting to get worked up again, so I paused and took a deep breath. I shop at that store all the time, but I don't think the manager recognized me because he asked me to leave. I've never been so humiliated in my life. I just really needed the ginger ale, Gatorade, and saltines. Well, I thanked her and she told me that there was no need, that she usually babysat for the Olsons down the street, but they were on vacation. I needed a hand. She was free for the next few days. Well, I wasn't really in a position to say no, so I accepted the offer. Her hand still hovered over the page, a blue pen pinched between her fingers. Are you going to write any of this down? I asked. I will when you get to the point. I frowned, but I kept on with my story. Well, I added a shirt to the cart, and the one that okay. Well, I added the shirt to the cart, the one they arrested me in. It says "World's Best Mom." Obviously, looking back, that was an unfortunate choice. But I had puke all down my cleavage, and there was no way I was wearing a Fruitio stained shirt, even if it was Fenty. The look on her face told me she was about to remind me to focus again. So I load my stuff in the car. The new sitter, Gracie, was already out there with the kids, and I got them settled. It was raining, so I just hid behind the door, swapped out the shirts before I got in the car. I didn't even think of it. And Shelley, is this going somewhere? It's been 10 minutes and we don't have one stranger in your house. I rolled my eyes. It's complicated, okay? And I get that. Believe me, I do. But I can't help you if you don't tell me what the hell is going on. We sat there in a terse silence for a moment. Okay, I said at last. Gracie never worked for the Olsons. I invited her in when she came over. I said it was fine that she had her boyfriend there. She said it was Will's Archer son. He wasn't. Now she was scratching notes as I spoke. I was surprised. It made me feel a bit relaxed, and the rest began to come easier. That's when the plumber came by with his team. They were looking at something with the water line, and they said, it doesn't matter what they said. The bottom line is, I didn't know that they had robbed a bank. I wasn't trying to hide them. I wasn't trying to hide anything. I just wanted to wash the puke off and take a nap if that's a crime. I am guilty, okay? I am guilty. the puke, see? That was hilarious.
That may be some of my best work.
I love it. I had a similar line in my story that made me giggle just as hard. But no, you did perfect, especially taking away the remind, get to the point and everything. Like you have the right amount, setting the tone, and especially with the lawyer later going, listen, I am here to help you, but you got to help me. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like pulling teeth and everything. Like I love it. It was fabulous.
I thought adding that part at the other one where you were like, okay, who like is this just to like clarify it? I was like, let me like she says it and then let's have her demonstrate on page so it's like very clear. And the attorney's just kind of like let's get on with it.
Like, I got it. We're good. Move. Next.
Thank you. Thank you. That clears everything up. Continue.
Oh God. Like this is right up there with those movies that came out about where like somehow I think it was there's two movies that come to mind. One is like Date Night, but it was like middle-aged adults going on a date night and somehow did illegal stuff. That was not their intention. They had no idea that it was going to happen, and they just ended up with the wrong people at the wrong time, and then this horrible story plot that almost got them killed. And then another one is where the parents, I think Will Ferrell's in this one, but it's the movie's called like The House or
I don't
something,
think I've
and they
seen
end
that.
up running a poker den in their house and like of course scrape money off the top as people are betting, which is totally illegal. It's legal to bet. It's illegal unless you're a casino to take a scrape off the pot, by the way. I know
That's
law.
that's good to know.
Don't ask me how.
Yeah,
So
I was actually kind of thinking about it's Leslie Mann, Cameron Diaz, and Kate Upton in The Other Woman. I was kind of thinking of Leslie Mann's
oh
character.
wait, I don't think it's Kate Upton, it's Kate it's Goldie Hawn's daughter, right?
I think so.
Yeah, God, and her dad is Russell Kurt Russell.
Let me see.
What the
It's almost like
hell
we
is
have it is Kate Upton.
that is?
Hmm.
I thought Kate Upton was like some model or whatever and everything.
She is.
Oh, she is. Okay, didn't she
Mhm.
just okay, cool,
And
whatever.
it also has Nicki Minaj in there as Cameron Diaz ad management assistant, and it's hilarious.
Okay, now we're gonna watch this.
Oh, you should absolutely watch it. It is very funny. But
Okay.
Leslie Mann's character is who I was kind of thinking of because she's very smart, but
Oh
she
yeah.
also comes across as like a little frantic, and
Hmm.
it's a perfect
Yes.
blend. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I was going for. Let me go ahead and read your story because I know we're running close on time here for
Yes.
me. Um, I don't need Captain Hindsight or a Monday morning quarterback today. Cleaning every inch of my house is hard enough without the verbal reminder coulda, shoulda, woulda. A party of 6, including myself, shouldn't have gotten out of hand, but I didn't account for my roommate joining the group. Once she did, it was game over. My guests drooled, chased, and they might have even wanted to eat her. Ralphie was in love, but stayed on the couch. He may not have given chase, but he is still far from perfect. I have him to thank for the mud stains on the couch. That opened up a whole new world of brand name cleaners for me. Jerk. Charlie was a chaser. No matter how many times my roommate said no, he still ran or inched his way closer. I tried to warn her, but I guess she thought she would be missing out if she stayed in her room all day. Poor Delilah, she was chasing too. Since now our party had 3 female. Being the hostess, I couldn't give her the girl time she craved. She still ate all the food I put out and almost got into the pantry to grab more. I hope she doesn't think I'm mad at her. Sammy was sweet, but tried to be a little too helpful. This wasn't my first rodeo, but he felt the need to be attached to my hip and talked my ear off as I tried to make a dish for everyone. At least he wasn't attentive to my roommate's charms like the others were. Then there was Chaz, the too cool for school type of guy, and everyone looked up to him. He barely looked at me unless I was bringing out food. My roommate, thank God, wanted nothing to do with him, but he just didn't get it. He would have climbed the walls for her if he could. Finally, my guests, unable to drive, were picked up and taken home. The rest of my evening consisted of cleaning my couch, picking up the turned over plants, throwing out broken dishes, and sweeping and mopping the floor. My roommate, Callie, sat on the kitchen island the whole time, like touching the floor would summon Chaz, Delilah, Charlie, and Ralphie. Her multicolored hair looked less frazzled now that they were gone. She looked like she could almost fall asleep up there. Feeling a tad bad about the situation, I gave her a plate of food we saved before the party started. This girl, I tell you, she acted like she never had leftovers in her life. Fine, I made another plate of new food and made a plan to buy a doorknob to replace the door handle to her room. Then I'll be ready to watch 5 dogs without my cat getting out. I like it. I like having the vision of the cat sitting there being like, "Ugh, that's been sitting out."
Yeah, that's old. My favorite line that I started laughing so hard about was finally my guest unable to drive. I
That
was
was
like,
good.
please think they're drunk. Please think they're drunk for anyone reading this for the first time.
That was cute, and also it's like it starts to give away um a little bit of what's going on, but like not so much. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
I really like it. Also, I feel like the mentioning picking up the turned over plants explains where the muddy paw prints came from.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that. Oh my god. There was so that happens sometimes of where I just did something and it comes out. So in the horror story that I wrote, there's a knife like tinking against a glass before a toast. And Laura, her comment said, "Oh, great foreshadowing of danger coming." And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to think of what people usually tink against a glass to make the sound.
I mean, sometimes we foreshadow and it's like, yeah, I did that on purpose. Absolutely. That was me. I
Yeah,
I
and
plan
because
ahead all
I
the
mean,
time.
yes, I totally love imagery. I love like little hints and foreshadowing and stuff like that, but it's sometimes I'll admit it's not on purpose.
I feel like this could actually, with the right pictures, be like a full kids book.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
think that could be a thing.
Oh my god, and especially if the dogs were like caricature human caricatures uh of uh of real dogs, like a Dalmatian or
Mhm.
whatever, a guy's wearing like a black and white outfit or whatever. Um and stuff. Chaz too cool or whatever. I guess he
Well,
would be the mud or
but then,
anything.
like, at the end of the book, they're actually dogs, and you see them,
Yeah,
like yeah, I think that could be really cute.
God, yeah,
Uh,
that's oh, thanks, man. Okay, yeah, we gotta go.
yes.
Okay. Thank you, Regina, for your help, especially that one line that we added in about the cleaners. That was perfect. Okay, why are we not this thing? I never mind. I give up. Okay. Um, and thank you, Dobby, for keeping Chandra's arm strong. Appreciate it. The
Love
unsung
that.
hero.
Here he comes again.
And there he is.
Oh, no claws, sir.
No, mommy. Okay.
Alright.
All right. Thanks for everybody for coming. Enjoy your day, and we will see you next month on Chandra's channel.
Yep.
Bye.
See you then.